I just said something. We were talking about this, not even a show topic. We were talking about it in the commercial break. And we brought up left-handed anything but left-handed quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And so we're talking about golf. And golf, when I was a kid, I'd ride my bike to the golf store, and they would have 2 sets of clubs for lefties. And the rest of the store was right-handed. It was very hard to get left-handed clubs. And I'm really not as old as you think. I'm older than you, but I'm not as old as you think. That was not that long ago. Well, Phil Mickelson changed the game. Now there are lefties all over the place, lefties winning golf events, not just Phil. Like, it's widely approved, and I can get any club you can get as a right-handed golfer. But you think about baseball. Baseball, it's an attribute. You got a middle infielder who's a right-handed fielder and a left-handed hitter, woof, go to the top of the list. You got a left-handed pitcher, every dad's trying to put their kid's right arm around their back so he goes to be a left-handed pitcher.
Yeah.
Like, these are attributes for that sport. We really can't tell in basketball because I think they use both hands so well, especially at the highest of levels. But I'm sure it's a little bit of an advantage in being a lefty.
Sure.
Or at until you figure it out.
Different kind of look.
Right?
Yeah.
But with scouting now, you figure it out. We don't see left-footed kickers very often. Left-footed punters very often. And we don't see left-handed quarterbacks very often. Yet some that we have seen have been amongst the greats and most exciting to watch.
Correct.
From Michael Vick to Steve Young to Boomer Esiason.
Mark Brunell.
Good call.
Yeah.
And currently Tua, who's doing all right.
Yeah.
He's the only one, though, in the league.
Tim Tebow, by the way. You got to throw Tim Tebow in there, Brent.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just...
He's another one.
Okay.
The list can go on and on.
I know.
It kind of started with the Tebow thing with the statue there
Yeah.
In Gainesville. So, why? And will we see more? Is it just an oddity? Is it an actual thing?
I mean, I think it's definitely an oddity. It's crazy how coach and we kind of talked about this during the break a little bit. Like, I think having to retailor your offense a little bit, receivers having to adjust how they see the ball coming in are all things that you take into account with a left-handed quarterback. Now, I think sometimes
I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think a left-handed quarterback throwing a ball looks a lot different than a right-handed quarterback throwing a ball. Obviously, it spins the opposite way, right? So I think all those things come into play, and hence why you don't see a lot of left-handed quarterbacks. Now, like with Mike Vick, I mean, well, the dude ran like a 4.2, 4.3 or whatever. So like,
it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. Like, and he had an arm like a cannon. So like, you were gonna see him, whether he's right-handed or left-handed. And like, to me, and I always say this is because as a kid growing up watching Michael Vick, I mean, the sweetest release that I've probably ever seen, like live, like on television, was Mike Vick.
Yeah, because you didn't watch Dan Marino.
Do you guys think that'll affect Michael Penix?
Very good call.
Wow.
With him jumping in.
Yeah.
Ham cam.
Once again, I don't think it's going to affect Michael Penix because he has the numbers and he has the accolades to back it up, right? So I think if you have the success at the college level, a la Tua, I think they'll find a spot for you. Like, will it affect his draft position? I don't think so. Like, I don't think a team's going to go, oh, he's a left-handed quarterback. No, I mean, he had a great college career. It could translate well to the NFL, so I don't think teams are going to be swayed by him being a left-handed quarterback.
Well, listen, here's the deal, and it's a great thought, Hamby. I don't know when the time frame in this show is going to come where when you jump in and we won't be like, wow, nice job. I mean, maybe we'll just get used to that, hopefully sooner than later. But for now, it's like, wow, that was a good thought, Michael Penix. I think I like what you said about the receivers. I don't know if it changes any throw anybody can make or play anybody can make, being left-handed or right-handed. I think the big thing there's two things. One is significant, but I think has become less significant. Used to be the blind side guy was important. So if, even for Brunell, Baselli didn't really protect his blind side.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
He stayed on the left side. You used to put your best guy on the blind side. That's why that left tackle was so premium. I think what's happened in the league is that right tackle is almost just as important. We have 2 stud pass rushers almost on every team in the league, and the pass rushers are so good that the left tackle and right tackle are ultra important. And not to say the left tackle still isn't slightly more, but that's really evened up. That's why Jawan Taylor's making $20 million a year.
Well, and you got to remember too now in the NFL in terms of edge rushers, like if you're like a Josh Allen, you're gonna rush wherever you want to rush. If you feel more confident on the left side because it's a weaker tackle, or the right side because it's a weaker tackle, you're gonna go on that side. So yeah, you have to be short up on both ends now for sure.
So I think it's it used to be because of that, but then you can take away that part of it. I honestly think this is an optics thing, which used to be very much like golf. It actually still is when I watch myself take a golf swing. I'm so used to watching a right-handed player swing that I'm still like, I feel like I look goofy taking a swing when I watch it. Now, I don't feel it when I'm there, but maybe it's just my swing. But but I seriously feel so weird to watch a lefty, even as many lefties play golf, so you're more accustomed to it. And I wonder if it's a little bit like that for coaches. That's what I'm getting at. Like, is there a subconscious that this feels odd? I don't know what to do with them. We're going right, all these tendencies and the footwork and the looking off the safety and everything that we teach is so right-handed dominant that we don't really want to worry about that on the left side.
Yeah, I mean, it's from a coach's standpoint, but also it's from an offensive lineman standpoint, right? Because now the boots, like if you run like a play action boot, now that's you have to block the opposite way, right? So like you're essentially having to flip everything, and that can take a lot. That just can't happen overnight. Like that takes hours and hours of correcting a certain way you've done things probably your whole entire life because maybe your quarterback in college was right-handed, right? So I think it does take time. It does take adjustments with a left-handed quarterback.